All right, hello everyone. Welcome back for another Transmission Tuesday. If you're in the Indigo Instant Healing Matrix on Facebook, it's Tuesday, which means it's time for another round of ascension tips and tricks and other sort of energetic lessons. This week, I wanted to talk a little bit about a popular video that I have on YouTube that describes how to remove energetic cords from the body instead of cutting them. And the video up there is a meditation. I'll post it in the link below in the description box on YouTube, and I'll also post it in the comments in the family group. But I wanted to talk a little bit about why I never cut energetic cords, what energetic cords are, and we'll walk through just a little short version of a different type of practice that you can do if you want to help yourself remove these energetic cords, but you don't really feel like you have the time to listen to a longer meditation. But it's also a really good practice to do every single night, this particular exercise we're going to do together. So first off, what are energetic cords? And the most helpful and visceral way I realized and embodied what energetic cords were is that when you're in a conversation with somebody, you have your own energy field. And when you're in a conversation with somebody, they have their own energy field as well. And your energies, for Harry Potter fans, when two wands have their magic going and they sort of connect in the middle, that is a little bit how energy works when you're giving and receiving between one person and another. And you can really notice this if you're attuned to your own subtle body and your energetic awareness of yourself and how you feel energetically. If you're speaking with someone and you feel like you're leaning in to talk to them and you're really leaning towards them, yes, there's all sorts of psychological reasons for that, but there's also this reality that you are giving your energy more so because you're connected and you're engaged in a certain way. So that's totally fine. We give and receive energy all day, but at the end of the day especially, and in general with people who may really need energy and they have like a hole inside of them, or maybe they need more than they can give, whether they're conscious of it or not, they will try and take that energy and continue to take and sort of feed their energetic selves from your own energy. And if you are not conscious and you don't have boundaries set up, which can be impossible sometimes with the energetic world because you can't be aware of it all the time. But if you don't have that strong boundary, or you don't remove those cords at the end of the day, you're at risk of sort of hooking that other person up with an energetic feeding tube of sorts, where you're just consistently giving your energy to this person. And you may notice that as your relationship with them continues, maybe you work with them or you know them in your life, maybe they'll start to text you more often about things that are happening, or you become more enraveled in, I think that's a word, enraveled. And you get more mixed up into what's going on with them. And it's because your energy is getting meddled with theirs. So that's essentially what an energetic cord is. And you have energetic cords to the people you care about, the people you're close with. If you have really, wavery, unclear or weak boundaries, you can end up having energetic cords with people you don't know very well, or people that you feel like you get something from even if they're not good for you. And the reason that I never ever cut them is because if any of you are into gardening or into plants, you know that if you prune something and you cut something off, it tends to grow back more fully. And with the energetic world, if you just slice something up the middle, it's going to still exist. It just isn't fused in the same way. Which means that if you've had this energetic cord with this person for so long, and your energy is now like this, and you cut that down the middle, you've now got a part of their energy with you, and they've got a part of your energy with them. So just cutting cords, can be really harsh. It can be really hard on the other person. It can be really hard on you, especially if it's someone that you want to keep in your life, but you just don't want to have that energetic feeding happening. And B, it can also be very short-lived. Maybe you cut that cord one night, but then it comes back, in 48 hours. So the reason that I remove those cords is because you really want to envision it like a plant. You want to remove them from the root, which means that maybe they've got a hook around your heart, or maybe that energetic cord is based somewhere, which when you do the meditation on YouTube, you might be able to feel where in the body it is. And then you want to really give yourself that freedom by removing that cord entirely. So I use Archangel Michael in the meditation on YouTube for removing energetic cords. Archangel Michael they're not really hierarchical. I try not to use hierarchy in angels, but Archangel Michael is kind of like the overseer of all of the angels. They are the angel of protection and of guidance and clarity, and they have a shield and sword that you can use to call upon for protection whenever you need it. I see Archangel Michael often as a male. So I use him for this particular chord practice. If you are more connected to a different archangel or Mother Mary or a different deity, Kali Ma, that you feel more connected with, by all means use them, because it's more important that you call upon a deity or a higher being to help you remove these cords that you have a relationship with, instead of just the name that I use. So instead of going into a meditation, because you can just find the one on YouTube if you want to listen to that, what I'm going to do is walk you through the practice that I do every single time I close a session and every single time I go to bed. And this really, really, really works, especially if you work in customer service, if you work with other people, if you work in an environment where you feel like you're energetically exhausted. If you have little kids, that's a very different type of energetic cord, because you love them and they're part of you. But you're giving your energy to them constantly, and it's really important for you to be able to rein that energy in, especially when you're about to go to sleep. So we're just going to walk through what I do in the evenings, and it's a really, really good method of bringing your energy back to yourself without having to sit down for 10 to 15 minutes and do a longer meditation. So what I do is I close my eyes and I take a few deep breaths. And mostly the removal of these energetic cords and my returning of my own energy to me is through voice, through prayer. If you're somebody who finds that you get more power from your writing, then by all means write it down. But I find that there is a very strong power in spoken voice. It does work, of course, if you speak it in your head as well, but for the first few times, until this becomes a habitual practice, I would definitely recommend saying it out loud. It just has more resonance. You're actually speaking that vibration into the world, and the sound waves are going out into the universe. So I close my eyes and I just start with a simple call to whoever I'm going to be connecting with. Archangel Michael, please be with me now. And then I continue with my request. Please help me to remove any and all energetic cords that may be attached to others and may be stemming from me. Please help me to remove any attachments to those that no longer serve me and any attachments that have an unhealthy balance of energy within me and within them. Please help me remove these cords wholly and fully, and please return all of my energy to me. Please use your angels to do an energetic sweep of my aura and return any and all energy that I have put out into the universe back to myself, so that I may be the best version of me and that I may have the full concentration of my energy and a full cup to begin the day tomorrow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that request pulls, sometimes your energy is out just because you've been thinking about an idea and that idea is based in a different location. And so you've got some of that energy sort of floating around in a different area. Even you've got some energy at work, or maybe you've left some energy, at your brother's place or whatever. So asking that request really brings that energy back to you and concentrates you. And I always think of it as, this is going to age me and have like a timing reference. But when we were kids, you had the juice and the lemonade that came in those Minute Maid containers or cans that you would unwrap and then you dump in and add water and like a concentrate. And when you do this request, I envision all of the angels on that energetic sweep pulling all the water out and bringing all that energy back into its original concentrated form, which is really where it needs to be for you in order for you to be able to give in a way that is healthiest for you. Maybe you needed to distribute your energy in a particular way on one day, but that day is over. And when you bring your energy back to you, you're in a reset to be able to distribute your energy in a way that works for the following day. It's like if you play any sports, if you play especially racket sports like tennis or squash, there's always that recommendation or that style to return to your ready position so that you're ready to move from center. And that's essentially what we're doing with energetic cord removal. And with this request is we're bringing our energy back to concentration so that we can be prepared to move forwards in a healthier way the following day. So that is your Transmission Tuesday for this week. I hope you are all having a beautiful week. If you're on YouTube, thank you for being part of the YouTube family. This is probably a Friday that you're seeing this video. And if you're in the Indigo Instant Healing Matrix on Facebook, thank you so much for being part of that beautiful family. I so appreciate your support. New members are always welcome. We want this family to grow and to continue to be a wonderful, safe space that it is. And if you have any comments or recommendations, or you would like to book a private session with me, feel free to drop me a message, leave a comment on the videos, or check out my link tree. Much love.